Million in, what's up everybody? Just as I was starting, this guy spawned, so I kind of had to jump right in. I'm gonna finish up these, ah, crap, that one always gets me. And I wasn't paying attention. I should not be allowed to multitask. Go on, get in there. Ah, we're not gonna... Okay, they're trying to find my balance here. Shazbot! Yeah, I saw that coming. Yet I didn't know I didn't think the shield blocked. See, I turn it on and this starts immediately, and it just completely throws me off. I was not ready for this much action this fast into the stream. I'm gonna finish up these Canis Valley regionals that I need for prestige. Oh, he got me. That's okay, I'm getting up. Screw that guy. That deserves a self-res. And then I'm gonna go try to make the best of this event and get some taming done, because my estate has not had an animal to process in quite some time. Yeah, now I can get positioned. Whew. Okay, that's one. I wasn't ready. The sun was in my eyes. Not cool. See, I haven't even finished setting up the stream properly yet. It was just, he spawned! Go, go, go! Keep Garfield out of there. There we go. See, that's much better. Now I can see what's going on. Go for a nice, just leisurely ride in the forest with all the skeletons. What the? That's new. I've never seen that happen before. It's weird how these guys, like... Come on, aggro. I'm right here. There we go. They're a little slow. They don't have brains. You gotta be patient with these guys. They are very slow to aggro, though, which makes it hard to gather them up on a mount. Stop hitting me in the back while I'm stabbing your friends. That's just rude. How's my sound? Is the mic on? Looks to be on. The little green bar moves when I talk, so that's all a very good sign. Just trying to get back into the groove here. I just spent like the last 2 hours playing No Man's Sky with MC Bomba on Mixer. And now I'm trying to get back into the grind here. No Man's Sky is much more. I mean, there's so much. You're like constantly progressing, and just whenever you want to, you can go do the main quest, and there's more stuff to do, and that's really nice. Hey, cool! I've got some company. Don't mind if I do. My inventory's already full. Didn't I just start? I just got here. Four more. Come on, we got this. Her name is Shannara! That's awesome! I love the Shannara stories. I've read all the books. And watched the series. And played the video game. Big fan of Shannara. I should announce on Discord that I'm here. I always forget to do that. Come on. Just need this one guy. One guy! Thank you. Now, he's gonna stab me, but I'm gonna get out of here. I've got my lures ready, and today I'm going against my own advice. I mean, if you've seen my taming guide, today I'm not going to do things as I advise, because I really want to catch a unicorn. So I'm going... I mean, unicorns are terrible for taming. The area is not very saturated. There's all kinds of other enemies nearby. It's gonna be a mess. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I do need to do something about my my bag space here real quick. Somehow I'm already fill up, and I don't know how that happened. I feel like I emptied my inventory at the end of the last stream, and now I'm back in. You know, we're gonna fix this frame. We're gonna fix this frame. I'm gonna go with something else because I did this frame earlier. So this time we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go with a banner. I made this banner for this Wolfenstein stream that I did recently, and now I just need to situate myself in it. Gotta make that fit better. Make me a little bigger. That's all we ever wanted, right? More of me. There we go. No. Select the camera. Shrink it. This is how the magic is done, people. This is how I make my frames. There we go. That is beautiful. Just fantastic. That's what that is. It's fantastic. Where's the sulfire? Let's get in there. I can use this opportunity to rest up for a second and tell people on Discord that I am here. C gear. I have a lot of C gear. Let's get rid of all of the C gear and all of the B gear that is bound and can't obtain an appearance. That's everything I've got on me. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to sit and rest you for a second, tell Discord about it, and in the meantime, you guys, word from my sponsor, which is me. Because I'm doing if you've looked up, a donation drive for a new microphone right now. We'll eventually get it, but I definitely would appreciate the help, because I'm in kind of a bind right now with my family being in another country, trapped, and I'm sending them everything I have. It's a whole thing. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime, but I'll be right back. Hey, if you're tired of me sounding like I'm belching into a tin can, rest assured, so am I. You can do your ears and my channel a favor by leaving me a tip. All donations go towards this brand new microphone, certain to accurately capture the intricacies of my smooth and sultry voice. It'll be like lube for your ear holes. Type !tip into the stream chat to get the donation link. Or if you're watching this outside the stream, click the tip link in the description below. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, I've let Discord know. I fixed my banner. I've got some room in my inventory, although it is only 8 spaces. Can I just throw some stuff out? I mean, I hate throwing out enhancement materials, but there's just so much of that crap. Sun Piercer Soul Fragment. No, get rid of that. That's like 1 star seed on the market. I happen to know for a fact that my priest needs the 2-headed wyvern to craft his next robe with, so... I mean, that's ridiculous. You need the 2-headed wyvern soul fragment to craft C-grade gear. Crafting should be... It should make you self-sufficient. You should be able to craft your own stuff as you go. But the way this is set up is you need to be a lot higher level to craft stuff that you then no longer need. And it's a little... I don't know. I don't like it. I don't mean to complain again. That's after, I mean, Soaring Deception is fixing so many balance issues. I'm so happy about the gear drop fixes. And I hope they eventually get around to fixing the balance issues in crafting as well. Mushroom caps. What do I need those for? Get rid of those. There we go. We've got some more room. What are we killing? Reindeer or bighorn deer, whatever. Let's do this. I'm just finishing up what I can for prestige before I use my lure and go punch some horned horses in the face. I remember now why I didn't use the banner, because it does not hide chat as well as the wider frames do. It doesn't matter, it's okay. I'm just going to keep setting it to system so that we can avoid the toxic mess that is global chat. Has it gotten better? I need to look one of these days. I have not looked at global chat in at least a month. But if our Reddit is any indication, the subreddit for Bliss Unleashed, of the general theme or atmosphere, then it is no less toxic than I remember. The Reddit also needs to be cleaned up, but we'll get to that. Maybe the mods are really trying and just no one's reporting. That's also... I should be grouping up a couple of these at a time. But I'm hoping against hope that maybe I can tame one of these. I mean, taming chances hasn't gone up any. But, or have they? Have the tame chances increased? Is that what this event is about? I missed the first week of it. I'm glad they extended it. I've just been so in over my head with everything that's going on. And basically, the short version is that I'm trapped in Germany because I can't get a passport because COVID-19 and the embassy is closed. And my family's already in the States, and they were depending on me going over there and, starting my job as a game designer. And, yeah, I've already quit my job here, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle. And I'm hoping that maybe this YouTube thing pans out and helps ease that weight for my family a little bit. We're only 250 subscribers left from, that's all we have to go for YouTube Partner. So you guys, my subs, man, you guys are amazing. You have really made my my separation from my family very tolerable. I can't wait to start involving my kids in this. My youngest kid. Second youngest, sorry, my youngest son. My youngest kid is my daughter, but my youngest son is autistic. He's 10 years old, and he's just started making. He's taught himself music production, and he's making music tracks now, and they're absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to start sharing those and using those in my video. And I'm gonna start doing that soon. They're not as computer savvy over there as I am. I'm the computer programmer, and they're the people who've never had to learn anything because they've lived with a computer programmer. You know what I mean? So they're not that tech savvy, and they're still trying to figure out how to convert those files so that they can send them to me. I want to make him his own channel. Just one of those music channels where people upload their own tracks. Some of those are doing pretty well. That way he doesn't have to actually be on camera because that makes him uncomfortable with his autism. And we don't have to share his identity or personality or anything online, keep it private, but he can share his music. And that's really awesome. I wish this were on my quest tracker. I long for the days when the quest tracker isn't working the way it's supposed to, that is a priority, That there's nothing else going on that needs fixed. Or that people are upset about. God, some people are just so butthurt over nothing. But, you know, that everything is running so absolutely smoothly that quest tracker being weird actually, you know, pings the radar of current issues. There. Now they're my deer too. Look, I'll even bring one. You're gonna reach the end of some of these tethers. Yeah. You're moving too far. I'm just gonna stay here. That Zerker is too big for her britches. See? We've got a runner. I'm just not gonna interfere with that. That is too messy. I only need one more. And then I need a boss, which I'm not doing today because the only other boss on this map is Bone Dragon. And, screw that guy. I mean, as far as I'm aware, that is the only other boss on this map. Yep, that's all we got. Well then, I guess it's time to go tame some unicorns. Taming is never... It's not a fun activity, you know what I mean? Maybe with the increased taming rate, it'll actually be exciting. And I want to stock up for a while so that I don't have to tame again. And keep my estate in animals for a while. So I really... I'll kick myself... Is it... Yeah, I'll be kicking myself. That's the correct expression in English. In Germany, you say, I would bite myself in the ass. So, I get this confused a lot, and then I say it in English, and people are like, what? But yeah, I'll be kicking myself if this event ends and I haven't tamed any. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to Southern Karzakor, Alicorn Forest. And we're going to go beat up some unicorns. Some houseies. I need something to do, guys. I'm jonesing tonight because I am all out of I'm out of all the extras. You know, I have like the dinner that I cooked, but I don't have snacks. I'm out of beer. All I have is mineral water. I finished my bourbon off last night and my last bag of potato chips. I'm so healthy. But I started going to the gym again. The gym is open, you guys. I mean, COVID's still a risk, but nobody else is going to the gym, so I feel like I'm fairly safe. I mean, I've been paying for it all this time. They've continued booking the gym memberships off of my bank account, even though they had to close for COVID, which I get. You know, it's not the people who work there's fault that that they had to close down, and they need their salary too, so I kept paying it. Where are the unicorns again? They're over here. I always feel like unicorn is also the plural, and I know that's not right, but it feels like it should be. God, yeah, this is gonna be so stupid. There's only like a couple of them, and they're just surrounded by assholes. We're gonna go ahead and pop our lure while I'm probably being shot in the back by somebody. Oh no, here's what we're going to do first of all. We're going to open our one chest for the day. What are we going with? We're doing Sundered. Give me something good. This is my one chance to get, you know, something decent. A day. Ahem, Patrick. We need more keys. I got a ring! Chief Priest's ring. Potion buff duration and defense. Not worth it. That was a waste of a key, you guys. It really was. I was going to use a lure so that I could be more alluring to these aminals. Ivory unicorn. I hope that applies to these guys. It does! Let's do this. know I've missed him a few times, but I'm working up for a combo. Nope, excuse me. Scantily clad forest nymph. I am ignoring you. In favor of beating up the unicorns. Thanks very much. I'm not even gonna loot. No time for looting. Only time for taming! My little sister, she's not that little anymore, but she's younger than me. My little sister would have hated me for picking on the poor unicorn. She's one of those girls. She owned a horse for the longest time that she loved to death until it died of old age. I guess love to death was the wrong phrase to use in that context. She really loved that horse named Buddy. He was very, very cool. I'm not even talking to you, Mr. Footpad or Poacher or whatever your name is. His name is in red. I'm colorblind. I don't know what his name is. This game needs colorblind mode. I've been preaching it. Would you guys know? Are you running from me? Not cool. There we go. Now we got two of you. And I don't want to target anybody. I just want more unicorns. Oh my god. More unicorns! Thank you. Yeah, get back here. If one of these becomes tameable now, I'm going to be in trouble because the rest of these guys are going to eat my face as I'm trying to do the quick time event. Excuse me. Okay. If taming rates have increased, I'm not seeing it yet. But we haven't killed that many unicorns, so let's reserve our skepticism. Have a potion. There's no... There we go. Here. No, no, no. You're not going anywhere. Honestly. I had to pick an animal that runs when you get near it. That just makes the taming process take so much longer. And would you stop kicking me while I'm trying to knock you back? Thank you kindly. Yeah, this was a bad animal to pick for taming. Really, really is. What is... Why is this here? Well, this lure lasts for a while, so I am going to sit down and try to get some of my HP back up. I need to. I can't just keep popping potions. And now I'm getting all kinds of private messages. This is a bad time, people! I will be right with you. Microphone, where are you going? Okay, I don't have time to chat with people. Outside of this, of course. I have time to chat with you guys. That is what you touch to start the invasion. Okay. Because it looks exactly like the statue in the Court of Ravens headquarters that you touch to get your daily boon. And welcome to the stream. Thanks for that info. That probably is. Usually by the time I get here, the invasion's already started. So I've never actually had to trigger it on my own. Oh, this is... I bit off more than I can chew here, I think. Alright, everybody, gather up. Tight circle. Group hug. If one of these becomes tameable now, the other ones are going to kill me while I'm doing the quick time event. I should have learned this. I should not tame this way. But apparently, I'm either a glutton for punishment or not that bright. There we go. Still no tames, though. What exactly? What are the benefits of this event? I thought it was increased tame rate. But I could be wrong. Ow. Not familiar with their attack animations yet. I never come here and do this. This is one of the worst animals to come tame. My favorite place to go tame, and I have a really high success rate, is crocodiles in the Null Wastes. Because it's very well saturated, they have a high respawn rate. I can kill them with one combo. And on a good day, I get like anywhere between 7 to 9 crocodiles in an hour. Mr. Soggy Pop-Tarts, what's up, man? You were watching one of my past streams? I didn't know people did that. I thought those were more interesting when they're live. That's pretty cool, though. Well, I hope it was still entertaining, even if it wasn't interactive. Oh my god, what am I doing to myself here? Would you come down off the rock at least? I can't kill you up there. The view is awful. I mean, this area is not saturated enough. There's all kinds of other mobs around. And they run when you get near them. I'm a melee character. This was a terrible combination. Alright, pop a potion, keep going. Don't loot! We're on a timer here. Oh, awesome! So we're at about the same progression. Congratulations! That's a good feeling, right? You finally, I mean, first you have to do loyalty tokens. And then you're like, hey, I did it! And it just hits you with, now you need a bunch of bloodstones. And you feel like that's a wall. And then you get that done. And then it hits you with, now you have to do warrior talents. And there's nothing in between. It's one wall after another. So when you finally have all 3 of those done and you get quests again in Timeless Jungle, that feels amazing. I can't wait to get down there and, oh, come on, get off me. Oh, God, that makes this even worse. I'm not fighting you, dude. I'm here for unicorns. I mean, I complain about the grind a lot. And I think I'm right in a lot of my complaints about the grind. But it shouldn't go away completely. There should be some grind, because the feeling of accomplishment after the grind is definitely, it's very nice. Just, you know, there should be one reward per grind. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio, and not 3 grinds and then 1 reward. You know what I mean? Stupid Comment 100, hello and welcome to the stream. That is a pretty cool name, I dig that. Oh, cool. Did you make the ranger to, based on my advice? That's what I'm going to be doing as soon as Sauron Deception drops. My next seed alt is definitely going to be a ranger, so that I'm ready for the new class. But if you did that based on my advice, man, that's pretty awesome. I'm flattered. I was told very vicariously by someone on Reddit today that my advice is garbage and my videos are stupid. So it's nice to hear the opposite. You know, that someone's actually paying attention. Oh, come on. No humanoids. I'm just here for the hosies. That is very, very cool, man. I appreciate it, and that you let me know. I think it's good advice. I'm totally going to be making the Ranger. I want to be ready. Because I can't guarantee the new class is going to be a leather wearer, but the chances are just... they're so high. It has to be a leather wearer. The only other alternative... I mean, there's no more, like, close combat, heavy armor wearing types that I can think of that would fit easily into this constellation. And cloth wearers would have to be like a summoner class, maybe, or a necromancer, and that requires, you know, pet skills, and that's a whole other bag of programming. They have to add new features, AIs for combat pets and stuff like that. So, something that runs up and hits people, but can also maybe stealth or have evasion skills, seems to be the most likely next step. I've had to program combat pets. They suck. Don't mind me, man. Just keep shooting the unicorns. I swear, these crouchers, no manners. Oh. My LB button sticks sometimes, so I end up doing 2 daring assaults in a row for no reason whatsoever, and it kind of sucks to use up my my whole bravery bar for no good reason. I was not talking to you, fairy lady. Let me fight the horse. Thank you. I'm gonna have to sit and eat a lunchbox real quick. By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but lunchboxes don't always work the first time. The trick is to sit down first and then use the lunchbox. That way they are guaranteed to heal you when you use them. Yes, I'd love to see a dual blade, like a dual wielding. Oh, I'm glad that guy's shooting the grass and not me. He's trying for me, but he's a terrible shot. Look at him just shooting arrows into the ground. I mean, NPCs are definitely, you know, already representing, I'm sure, some of the next classes that are coming. There are Varg Crusaders running around in the world, and at almost every Soul Pyre in Null Wastes and Navarra, there's a dude standing there in leather armor with 2 swords on his back. I don't imagine that the next class is going to have stealth abilities. Because the way I've seen aggro and aggro rangers work in this game is, that's going to be hard to implement. It's not compatible. I'm hoping they do it eventually. But like a Warcraft type rogue character that can go invisible, I don't think that's going to happen anytime real soon. Throwing knives also be very cool. I wonder if throwing knives would have like a reload mechanic, like the Ranger's Quiver. Maybe just enough to have them on a cooldown. I can't wait. It's like I keep saying, the game is having some growing pains right now, but I can't wait to see where it goes and how it grows and develops. I mean, Warframe, when I first started playing it, when it first came out, I played in the beta, and then I played it for about a month after, and I didn't like it. It was very unpolished, there wasn't a whole lot going on, and I stopped playing. And then I started playing again 2 years ago, and the game's like 9 years old now, and it's just steadily been growing. That's what I want to see with this game. I want to have a look at this in 9 years and be like, oh my god, look how far we've come. Not a single taming event yet. I may have to look up what I'm... Maybe I misread something here, but I thought taming was supposed to be more frequent. I never played Bliss online, but I hear that there's more classes and more combinations. You know, like you could play an Ip and Mage, or... I found that comparing Bliss Unleashed and Bliss Online comes with its own risks, because it's made with a completely different engine. It's made by completely different people. Like, none of the people who worked on Bliss Online are working on the Bliss Unleashed dev team. Technically, they all work for the same studio, and that studio works for the same publisher. But it's a whole other... It's an entirely different game. In a very similar world with very similar lore, and reuses a lot of the graphic assets, but that's it. It's basically like making a new game with old graphic assets is like tearing down a house and then using those bricks to build an entirely new house. It's not the same house. It just, you know, has some parts that look like the old house. I hope that makes sense. It's late over here. Yes! Oh, I'm gonna die taming this guy. Thank you. About time. Give me more of those. After this lure runs out, I'm gonna go buy some more potions. Unicorns are... I mean, if you... These you should tame like only if you specifically want the unicorn mount. But if you're taming to have pets on your estate to process, these are just a really, really bad choice. And after this lure run, I have a second unicorn lure on me, but I'm not going to use it. When this one runs out, I'm going to go back to farming, I don't know, anything else. Crocodiles are awesome, but I don't need leather, I need cloth, so I'm trying to figure out maybe sheep in Tristeza, the goats. That might be a good option. They probably give cloth. Come on. So far, this is like worse than my usual taming success rate, so I'm really not seeing much difference. But I don't know. Tiglo was saying on Discord earlier that he's got like 2 new mounts out of this, and a whole bunch of animals to process. So maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I mean, taming unicorns is doing it wrong technically. This is so bad a constellation. I mean, I've got no pants chick over here trying to hit me while I'm trying to work. No, dude. My tame. I wonder if he's thinking the same thing. What level was he? Level 32. Yeah, he's not questing. He's... Tame! Yes! RN Jesus has heard my plea. That's 2 unicorns. In about 15 minutes. Not half bad. Let's do that some more. Alright, bring it in. I don't know why I do this, especially when my health is so low. That just seems... No! See, that's the LB button sticking. I did not mean to do that. That keeps me in trouble in dungeons a lot. I ordered that controller that I've been endorsing in some of my videos, so I'm really looking forward to that getting here and not having that problem anymore. I mean, Xbox controllers are so expensive, and that one only costs like $30, so that's definitely a bonus. And I miss having a cable. My first Xbox controller was the kind that you could plug in and charge. And this one, I gotta keep putting new batteries in. And that's a pain in the ass. And the new one's got a USB cable on it, so very, very cool. But I want to get at least one more tame before this lure runs out. That would be kind of cool. I figure, I think right now they're just planning on keeping it an Xbox exclusive, at least until they have all the kinks worked out. And depending on how it does, too. Like if something were to happen and the player base drops like drastically, then they're gonna reprioritize and they're gonna want to do crossplay just to get more people in, so that people don't have to queue forever for PvP and all that stuff. But I think as long as they're doing okay on Xbox, their main focus is going to be here, and they're not even thinking about porting to other platforms. While they have all these, fixed priorities. It's a new game, so there's still so much broken that they have to. Broken's the wrong word. There are balance issues that the game has that are just a natural growing pain of new MMOs, and it just needs to get through that first. It's a natural process. Definitely not something bad. Just something I like to point out every now and then to, remind people that it's a priority and it needs fixed. Also no tame. Come on. And I'm being followed by a herd of people who don't want me to tame. Thank you, Dark King Leo. That is a big help. Much better. I was worried I was going to be tagging those. I don't know. They don't know I'm taming. I don't imagine. Or maybe they do. Maybe we're all unicorn taming together. I can only assume. I mean, why would level 30s... Why else would they be here, you know? Okay, I am going to have to lunchbox it again. Ow! Well, I can't. There we go. I mean, those two aren't, like, somebody in my chat, right? It's happened before. It could happen again. See, look, I didn't sit down first, and this lunchbox is not healing me. That was a completely wasted action. Oh, they're talking... You know you have to kill the Shibiki, right? Ignore the little treasures. I actually did a video on that, so yes. I guess I should tell them what I'm up to here. I'm not Shibiki farming. I didn't even know Shibiki spawned here. Come on. Oh, typing with a controller. Whew. God, listen to those unicorns. Just tame me! Tame me! Stop typing and tame me. There we go. Get in there. So, okay, so there's Shabiki farming here. That makes a difference. Then they're not here to sue my unicorns, so that's pretty cool. Are they trying to fix the game? Just a Human, welcome to the stream. Yeah, they're I mean, from my few interactions with these devs and everything I've seen, they're working overtime. They're trying really, really hard, and they're really committed. They're just, I don't think they're prioritizing as well as they should be, maybe. But it's I mean, I work in game development too. It's a mess. It's really hard to coordinate. So I think they're doing their best in their situation. They had to release too soon, and that wasn't the devs' decision, that was the publisher's decision. The way it works is the devs are like, we need more time. Give us like 2-3 months, and then this game will be ready. And that's NeoWiz. And then Bandai Namco goes, no, people are home for COVID. You're going to release now, and you're just going to fix it as you go. The problem with that is, publishers don't pay developers for fixes. Publishers only pay developers for reaching milestones. So now NeoWiz has to fix a bunch of stuff that wasn't ready, and also make more content for the next update, the next milestone. When Sword of Deception comes out, they're getting their next paycheck. Before then, there was nothing. Since, like, release. So that was 2 months that probably NeoWiz has not seen a single cent from Bandai Namco. It's absolutely worth continuing to play. Dude, in 8 days, the expansion comes out, Sorrow and Deception. And it's, from all accounts, from everything I've seen and read, it's going to be epic. Really looking forward to it. It's going to fix a lot of the balancing issues. There's going to be a guild progression system. It's just more incentive to do stuff with your guildies. You can actually level your guild to get it perks and guild mounts and stuff like that. Really, I'm excited about this. They haven't done guild estates yet. They told me they will eventually, but I guess they just haven't gotten around to it. Or maybe they're going to surprise us with that. I don't know. They did say eventually they're going to be implementing guild estates. And that I'm also really looking forward to. In 8 days, June 25th, is when Sorrow and Deception drops. That's in 8 days, right? It's like, what is it today? The 18th. Yeah. So that's 7 days. My bad. They just announced it earlier tonight. They said beginning of July, but it's nice that they're giving it to us a little bit early. Come on, this lure's almost up. I need one more tame, just to round it out. Make it an even 3. That is good news, right? I'm gonna be, I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna live stream when it drops, because I figure people are gonna be too busy playing and nobody's gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just be me. Like when the game went free to play and they opened up the new server, and you know, like on day 1 when all the people came in, the second the game opened up for free players, I was sitting in the newbie zone, live streaming, going, "Here it comes! The hordes of new players are gonna roll in," and then, you know, so many new people were coming in that it was pretty much just me talking to myself. Nobody was watching; everyone was playing. I'm definitely gonna record it though. First impressions, stuff like that, and then do a video on it. It's nice that it's coming out now, because I think all of us are starting to feel that burnout a little bit, you know what I mean? And it's still going to be a grind. And I like that it's still going to be a grind, but now it's going to be an active grind from what it looks like. You know, but my grind the last couple of weeks, for like 3 weeks straight, all I did was log in, grab my seed exchanges on all my alts, and then log back out. And go play, you know, like No Man's Sky or something. So it's really cool that with the new systems they're implementing, that's not really going to be a thing anymore. You're going to be, you know, running dungeons, you're going to be gathering sigils, doing stuff with guildies to level up your guild. Leveling seed alts is going to be so much easier. They rebalanced gear drops below level 31. So apparently below level 31, gear that drops for you is actually worth it. It's not just something that you salvage and then buy something better off the market. You're actually going to be able to wear the stuff that drops. So that's going to make seed alt leveling, hopefully, a lot easier. Yeah. That game definitely has charm. I love the atmosphere. I love the story. The thing that drew me most to this game was no matter what no matter what character you played, no matter what you're doing, you know, you felt like a badass playing this game with the combos and just the animations and the spells and stuff, and that lasts until you're about level 14. And then, you know, it turned out I didn't feel like a badass anymore. I felt like somebody who was swimming upstream and barely making it. And now, that badass feeling is coming back. So that's got me remotivated. I mean, hitting 1,000 gear score really was a game changer. The game feels so different after that. Thank you so much for the heals, Lord Luceria. I appreciate that. Got a little pocket priest. That's awesome. I love those. Oh, wow. Are you unicorn taming as well? I've tamed 2. Oh, my lure just ran out. So here's the question. Do I pop my other lure? Or do I quit while I'm ahead? And then go farm something where I know I can get lots of. Sweet. I think I'm gonna pop that other lure. This is personal now. I wanted that 3rd unicorn. And I'm gonna get it, by golly. Come on, where is it? Why do they have to put him so far down? The market has a reorganize, you know, by category, or whatever. Your inventory needs that. I need to be able to hit a button to recategorize everything, so that lures are farther at the top. Or quest items, so that I can see how many mushroom caps I have, without having to scroll all the way down. Well, I've got the Founders Pack unicorn, so I imagine it's. I haven't seen the normal unicorn, so I don't know how different it is. But I figured because of that, no huge loss if I don't get it. Yes, tame. There's tame number 3. Alright, we're gonna keep going though, because now I have this lure to work through. Well, now if you've been doing this for 3 hours, I'm gonna feel bad if I end up getting a mount out of this, because I'm only gonna be doing this for 1 hour. And then I'm moving on to a different animal. Because really, the main reason I'm doing this is because I need to fill my estate with animals for a little while. Because I've got a carpenter who demands cloth, and I never have cloth. If a mount, you know, so happens, then no complaints. But just for filling the estate, unicorns was a bad, bad call. They're skittish, they run away from you. There's all kinds of other mobs running around trying to hit you. See, look at that. I'm taking way too much damage for just... And it's not even by the unicorns. If an event to tame pops up now, I'll die trying to finish the quick time event. Are you not getting as many tames here as I have been? I mean, I get that you haven't gotten a mount here yet, but you've tamed a few unicorns in the 3 hours, haven't you? Because that would be depressing if you're not even getting tames. You have to be lucky. When you tame an animal, it goes back to your estate for processing, and then you have to be lucky. Most animals end up just being processed, and some, instead of seeing the normal processing icon when you put them on your estate, you see that you can train them to be a mount. It's really just RNG. Luck of the draw. I've never tamed in a group before, so it'll be really interesting to see if one of these quick time events pops, if it's tameable for everyone, or if it's only tameable for one person, or if you can steal your party member's tame. That would be, just interesting information to have. Not one tame, dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. It depends. The best animal that at least for me, when I'm just trying to fill my estate with anything, is crocodiles, no wastes. Because there's a ton of them real close together, and I can kill them in under one combo. That seems to be really important, because you have to... I don't know if you've seen my taming guide, but a lot of people believe that that there's a random roll every time you hit an animal to see if you tame it, and I don't believe that. I believe that either when an animal spawns or the very first time you hit it when you initiate combat, that's when that animal knows if there's going to be a taming event or not. So, by that theory, the best method is not hitting an animal as often as possible and trying to prolong the fight. It's killing as many of them as possible in as short a time span as possible. So that's my method. That's how I go in there. I just go into the lake and I just start wasting crocodiles as fast as I can. And on a good day, I'll get like, on an average, like 8 tames per hour. On a bad day, I get like 1 in an hour, and then I'm like, why am I even here? I mean, it's still, it's still luck. But you increase your chances by plowing through as many animals as possible. My dilemma right now is I want to fill the estate, but my carpenter needs cloth and I don't want leather. So I'm trying to figure out what animal to go for next. Can't be crocodiles, they give leather. I'm thinking about trying goats in Tristeza, or maybe the saber-toothed cats up there. But I don't know if I can one combo kill them. Goats might be the better bet. If they're even tameable. They have to be, right? I'm pretty sure there's a goat lure. Hitboxes for Ranger class. I don't have a direct line to the devs. I have occasional email contact. But it's usually never a, hey, you guys need to do... Like, they don't listen to me. And why should they? They know their jobs. I have the same job, but for a different studio on a much smaller scale. So I feel like they know best what they're doing and what needs to be fixed next. But I'll definitely bring it up the next time I get a chance. I don't play a Ranger, so I'm not too familiar with that problem. Can you explain it to me? Like, what is the hitbox issue with Rangers? Is it your own hitboxes? Are you too easy to hit? Or, what's the deal there? Like, pretend I don't know what you're talking about. As a non-ranger. Like, I know Crusader classes problems, I know Priest problems, and I know Berserker problems. That's about it. Ranger is going to be my next seed all. But the reason I don't have a Ranger is because I suck at making elves. All of my elves looked like they took the short bus to character creation. That was insensitive. I feel like I can say stuff like that because I'm disabled, but I don't look disabled, so I can't really get away with it. But yeah, my elves look awful. So I eventually gave up and said I'm not going to make a Ranger until they let me make a Varg. Female Varg Ranger? That would be awesome. And it would fit in with the lore so much better. So I'm a lore nerd. I will, like, all the letters you find laying around the world, I pick up and I read all of those. I read wikis for lore on Bliss Online. It's not exactly the same world, like some of the gods have different names and stuff, but a lot of the history is the same. And Vargs are by far the most woodland, like, nature-based race. And it would only make sense that they would be rangers. Like, the elves in this game, they're city folk. They're not nature-y at all. They're city elves. Why would they even be rangers? It makes no sense. I want to see Varg Rangers. Vargs and humans. That's like, lore-wise, the most obvious choice for Ranger class. Yes! A cosmetics NPC. You know, somebody that you can give starseeds to so you can change your haircut or whatever. That would be very, very cool. I want to change my character's voice. I mean, I like the voice, but I don't like the things he says. Like, every voice comes with its own catchphrases, and I didn't know that when I made him. So his voice, the way he sounds, suits him. But when he waves his hands, he says something like, "The forest greets you." And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Why would it? That doesn't suit this character at all. I would rather he say something like, "Hello." So that, you know, that would have been like a Ranger or a Varg voice to take. And I didn't know that, because they don't tell you these things before you make a character. I love the Ippins. I'm a huge Ippin fan. My main character, my first main character was an Ippin priest. And even though I'm a human crusader now, I feel like I'll always be an Ippin priest at heart. Did you know that the Ippins are not from the world Lumios? They're aliens. They crash landed on an airship. And nobody knows what world they came from. They don't even know anymore. Because when they landed to protect their home world, they erased all records and burned their ship. And now, several generations later, they haven't even passed it on by word of mouth, just in case, to keep, you know, to keep the Lumios races from finding out where their homeworld is or what it is. They didn't even pass that information on to their kids, so now Ippin don't even know where they came from anymore. I love the lore. I've always been a lore junkie, no matter what game I'm playing. Like, I've never been so good at mechanics and technical stuff, but the story stuff, man, I eat that up. It's been a while since the last lore. It's about time to give me another one. Come on. Oh, there's a Shibiki. I guess I should go help. That's what this party is about. Come on. Oh my god. Just let me go. I don't know why they did that mechanic. I don't like it. Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't here to help with the Shibiki, guys. I saw it too late. I was too busy talking. The attacks don't make contact directly. Yeah, that's an issue for all classes. Like, you'll see very often, especially for Berserkers. Poor Berserkers, man. It happens to Crusaders sometimes. But Berserkers, that leap attack, very often will just fly right over their target and hit the ground behind them, even if they're not moving. So this game definitely has some aim issues that I think affect everybody that has direct attacks. It might not affect the spellcasting classes so much. But that is not a Ranger only issue. I'm guessing it's definitely on their radar. It's just not one of those, like, with all the complaints. Like, if you look at the Reddit and the Facebook and all that, hitboxes is not one of the main things that people are complaining about. Everybody's mostly upset about, like, the grind or long PvP queues. So those will be the things that they fix first. And when the game stabilizes a little more, then they can start working on hitboxes and making the quest tracker not, like, magically change its mind and track shit that you're not even doing. Small stuff like that. That was one of the first things I noticed about this game. I was like, why is my quest tracker thinks it knows better than I do? Like, he'll select a quest and be like, that's the one I want, track this. And then you take 2 steps, and it untracks that quest and starts tracking something else. Okay, why am I not seeing this Shibiki? Because he's dead. I got here late again. I didn't even know this was a Shibiki farm. I thought that was Timeless Jungle only. July updates 7 days from now. It's coming out June 25th. I don't know if you're here for that earlier. But they announced it earlier tonight. I can't wait. I have to look up exactly what day that is, but it's June 25th. I just don't know what weekday. I'll have to set my calendar. I'm in a different time zone. You know, I'm in Germany, so I'm 9 hours ahead of Pacific Standard Time, which is the time zone that this game, you know, bases all its timers on. So usually when something big goes down, I'm asleep. I missed every major, like, exploit frenzy. The Lumina riots, I was asleep for that. The Wolf King bug, I slept through that. Bless Pass bug, estate ban glitches, I was asleep for all of that. But yeah, the event dropping, that's something I'm going to stay up for via the update. I do speak German. My German is almost as fluent as my English. Like, I speak it without an accent, but because I left Germany to move to America when I was in the 4th grade, my vocabulary isn't as high as my English vocabulary is. Also, German's a very rigid and strict language. You can't improvise in German as much as you can in English, so I prefer English, to be perfectly honest. English lets you express yourself a lot better than German does. Because German language has so many rules. Is that another Shibiki? Come on. No, okay, I misheard. They're just not showing up on the minimap for me for some reason. Oh, you're in UK, so you sleep through all the good stuff too. You know my pain. Do you play on Fizera, Gandalf? Are you the Gandalf that I see here in global chat occasionally? Like, I don't read global chat, but I do remember seeing that name pop up. I mean, if you're in UK, you're probably playing on Teleos. That's not you? Okay, there's another Gandalf on Fizera giving you a bad name, I guess. I mean, I don't read global chat. I haven't read global chat in over a month. But in the experience I made before I just decided to leave global chat behind, pretty much anyone who regularly talks in global chat is not doing the game any favors. It's kind of a toxic environment. It's gotten better. I saw a message in global chat, a system message the other day, that just said that is not an appropriate word for chat. So somebody got censored by a bot, and that makes me hopeful for the future. I think, and opinions are going to be split on this, but I think the game should have undercover GMs. You know, GMs posing as regular players, just you know, keeping tabs, like the in-game NSA, you know, infiltrating guilds to see if they're using exploits to cheat to get ahead. And they have the option, and they have special GM powers that let them change their name, race, class, and appearance daily, so that you don't know that it's them tomorrow. I think that would be cool to play. Like, that's a program you could sign up for, and you could be the secret in-game police. I would totally do that. Absolutely. Totally root out the toxics. This isn't really catching on like I hoped it would, but I occasionally still suggest it. I don't know if you guys remember a movie from the 80s, because I'm old, called The Toxic Avenger. The secret identity of the Toxic Avenger was a mild-mannered nerd named Melvin, which is why I refer to toxic players as Melvins. And I'm really hoping that catches on one day. At this point, when I say, okay, Melvin, you know, nobody knows what I'm talking about. But now you guys do. So if you see another one of my okay Melvin memes, it won't be lost on you. Sometimes I live in my own little world. I've gotten one tame off of this lure. Come on, you gotta do better than that. There's a taming event, you guys. Be more tameable. I've heard the rumor that, I don't know how much there is to this, but I've heard the rumor that it's always the same animal that's tameable. Like, killing the rest of them doesn't even matter, just wait for one specific one to respawn, because that is the tameable animal. If that's true, I don't know. But since I try to go through all of them, I just move across the board and kill as many as I can, then I'm hitting it anyway. There also needs to be an in-game report feature, you know? Right now, if somebody comes in, there was somebody who came into global chat here a while ago, and he just dared GMs. He was like, I bet no one's gonna stop me. And then he just spammed the N-word for like a half an hour, and nobody did anything, nothing happened. Got away with it. I guess, I don't know, I haven't seen him since, so maybe he got banned after. But that's what prompted me to do my how to report hate speech video. Because right now all we have is, yeah, I hope that's not true either. But now all we have is to report through Microsoft. And that makes Microsoft, if enough reports go into Microsoft, it'll make Microsoft get on Bandai Namco, like, hey, your game's not keeping within the guidelines that we have set for games that are allowed to be on our platform. And that will force Bandai Namco to take action and do something about, you know, the toxicity. What really impressed me, one of the reasons I got so into Bliss Unleashed was when the game first came out, I was in a QA with their community manager, Stormshade, and I had just left Sea of Thieves, like 2 weeks before that. And I left Sea of Thieves because the community there is primarily toxic. I love the game, absolutely awesome. If there was a PvE server, I would be on it every day. But there's just too many griefers, and people in the forums are horrible, and the devs are not doing anything about it. They're actually feeding into it by giving them what they want. So I left Sea of Thieves for that. And then I was in that QA with Stormshade. Sean Brody is his real name. I think I'm allowed to say that. And this was right after they had changed the PvP system to add notoriety. And there were a lot of PvPers complaining, now open world is broken, this game sucks now. And somebody came in and said, there is no point in open world PvP if we can't defend our rotation. And the guy goes, sorry if I'm going off on a tangent here. And Stormshade goes, well, what's, explain that to me, what is defending your rotation? If you any of you guys are PvPers, then you know this. But then defending your rotation is basically, your guild says, this area of the map belongs to us now. Nobody else is allowed to come farm mats here. and nobody is allowed to kill anything here. This belongs to us. This is our territory. So imagine, like, Tier 1, for example, decided one day that Zenkala belongs to, or Navarra even, belongs to them, like a certain region of Navarra, like the lake area, Lake Azos, I think it's Norway, getting off track. And they just hang out there all day and PvP kill anyone who comes close. That's what defending your rotation is. It gives your guild an advantage because you have resources, resource access that nobody else has. And Stormshade's response to that was, that action would impede on the progression, abilities, and the fun of other players. That would... Seems like it would piss off other players more than anything and take the fun out of the game. So that is not something that we will ever implement. That's not something the system of this game will ever condone. That is toxic behavior. That was practically almost his exact words. And oh god, the people who had complained about that, they just left. They just rage quit and left that QA. I don't know who that is. Is that one of you guys? Inviting me to in-game party right now? No, but that's what turned me on to Bliss Unleashed so much. One of the things. I was like, oh my god, yes! The devs don't like toxic behavior. This is where I need to be. And they're definitely going to crack down on it more. I'm absolutely sure. Like, I think they've started cracking down on, like, offensive character names. And no, I mean, nothing against, like, clever offensive character names. I played a Guild Wars character for 6 months named Scratchin' McGroin. And I felt like that was, you know, on the cusp. It probably was not... I knew when I made that name that it wasn't kosher. But I figure if you know, I had a friend on EverQuest 2 who got away with the name Terry Hesticles. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Because that's clever offensive, so not really that offensive, I figured. But after 6 months, when the game finally stabilized, after beta and they got the kinks worked out, that's when they started cracking down on those names, and I had to delete my poor Necromancer. And at some point, this game is going to reach that stage where things are more stable, and they can start focusing on toxicity and offensive character names and stuff like that. And there's going to be an exodus of angry people who are mad that they couldn't keep their character names. And I honestly will not miss most of those people. Not because of their character names, but because they're the type to rage quit and leave over something like that. Tag a message in global chat and report. That's exactly what we need. It shouldn't have to go through Microsoft. The reports should go straight to Bandai. At the very least, there should be a GM or even like a sub-GM, like an intern. In chat at all times, moderating it. I mean, the game is rated T for teen. So, anything outside of that rating, technically, Bandai Namco, if it's happening in chat and they're not moderating it, they would be, like, legally liable for it. So it's in their interest to keep that shit clean. Can y'all let me know when you see Shibiki? I'm gonna have to... I need to get out of this party. I can't talk in party chat and stream chat. There's a guild in Teleos called Toy Soldiers HUN. All they do is ambush lone players and groups of terrorized players. They want to be known for it. Well, that's why they introduced notoriety. And I know the devs don't like that kind of behavior. And that's why they're hoping what they really want. They don't want... this was also in one of the QAs I went to, where they were talking about almost exactly this stuff. What they really want is a community that polices itself. That's why they're implementing the honor system, so that anyone with enough notoriety, we get special rewards for killing. So any guilds that are really notorious, their members are going to have giant targets on their backs. But I see a problem with that, and that is people who aren't already enjoying the PvP and open world PK features of the game, they're not going to care about honor. The only people who are going to use that system are the people who are already PKing. So eventually they're going to realize self-policing is not going to happen. and that it's just a responsibility they can't shove off on the community. And then that kind of behavior is really, it's going to get nipped in the bud, I'm sure. We don't have guilds like that in Phasera that I'm aware of. I've never been PK'd by like a group of people. It's usually just like one single person. And I don't think I've ever seen... I don't think it's ever been people from the same guild. So I guess we lucked out in that respect. I mean, there is a chance on Teleos that when the honor system gets implemented in a couple of days, there's a chance that some other guild will be like, well, you know, now we're gonna make it our business to hunt them down because we're getting rewards for it. So maybe this Toy Soldiers Hun Guild is gonna become... It's gonna be like hunting season for them. That's what the devs want. That's what they're intending. I'm skeptical that it's going to work that way. But if I'm wrong, then anybody who has a lot of notoriety when this update drops is going to be hating life for a while. Because it's not just going to be you can't go into cities for a few hours. It's going to be everywhere you go. People are going to see that you're there and realize that they're going to get special rewards for killing you. Oh, of course. They feed on the... I mean, they're toxics. Toxics feed on the feedback. They love getting the attention, even if it's negative attention. Oh, there's a tame, but it's not my tame. Well, that answers that question. Okay, I'm gonna have to give a congrats. Come on. There was a tame and I didn't get it. That is absolutely a good response. Alienating them? I mean, that's... They want to be alienated, but they also want to be included. It's a sick mindset. It makes no sense. There's no real logic behind it. So if they're being alienated for their actions, that's definitely a good sign. That's like the proper way for the community to respond. Very good. As far as I'm aware, we don't have a guild like that on Phasera. We do have a few guilds. I'm not going to mention any by name because I can't confirm, anything. But we do have a few guilds that definitely have reputations for abusing the PvP system or using exploits and cheating their way ahead. The reason I don't want to name any of them is because I don't know if that's actually true. We have your suspicions. But I don't want to call anybody out for something they're not really doing. Now, oh, my lure is up. Look, it's not my tame again. I'm leaving this party. This sucks. 2 tames in 5 minutes, and neither of them were mine. That's 3 tames in an hour. That's not cool. That's a bad ratio. Congrats again. I'm off to get more lures. Oh my god, typing on this thing. Have fun. And out. And just double checking. None of you guys are in that party, right? I'm not like... Because if you were, I would stay. But if that's just a pug, there's no reason for me to stick around. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I always worry that I'm taming. This is not entertainment. This is just me hitting a bunch of unicorns for an hour. But I'm glad you had fun, man. And that is definitely in part to you guys and the awesome chat. That makes it fun for me too. Good night, man. Take care. That's late over there. It's midnight where you are and 1 a.m. where I am. Maybe I shouldn't tame anymore tonight. I should probably get some sleep. I've been sleeping so weird for the last, like, month. Just not been able to get on a regular sleeping schedule, so now that it's time to go to bed, I'm not at all tired. You know what I mean? We've all been there. But I'm old enough now to where that really sucks. My body objects to me keeping it up this long. Not in my 20s anymore. That's how you can really tell how old someone is. Nobody who's in their 30s says, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Because 30s is the age of denial. That's when you still think you're in your 20s. Once you pass the 30s and start getting into the 40s, that's when you realize you're not in your 20s anymore. It takes 10 years for that other shoe to drop. I don't know if I got a mount. I'm actually going to go check that out right now. You have to go to your estate. That is a great question. And I would love to see... I'll be able to answer that for you in a second. I've got a... if you want to check my channel, just like for confirmation to see what it looks like, I've got a taming guide where it actually shows me convert a tamed animal into a mount and also catch a rare species animal. It's always easier to have it visually in front of you, I think. That's how I learn better. That's why I like that this game has... most of the information on this game is on YouTube, and I dig that. Normally, by 2.5 months, there's a wiki where you can look all this stuff up and read about it. But I like having that visual medium to the whole thing. Labor pool, right. I keep forgetting you can check outside. No mounts. That sucks. Well, I got 3 unicorns out of it that I can at least turn into hamburgers and, you know, maybe some gloves. There we cloth, at least. Excited unicorn and unicorn. Well, cloth is what I'm after. My carpenter demands nothing less. Oh wait, I need twigs for her too. I don't know why she needs twigs. Hey Mark, what's up? I caught 3 unicorns. None of them were mounts. So, on one side I'm a little disappointed because unicorns suck to farm for your estate. And on the other hand, hey, I've got 3 things I can process.
I wonder what I'll have
into
for
food
dinner.
and clothing now, I guess. Buy the obligatory upgrade stuff. This is the first time I've been on my estate today. I am slipping. This is usually one of the first things I do when I log on. Seed exchanges, estate. Prestige quests. That is my order of how I do things. Then I go, you know, go into a dungeon. My 1 dungeon for the day, because I've only got 1 key, and that's stupid. But it looks like my orchard is done. That's very cool. Upgraded that to level 4. Still looks exactly the same. Level 5 estate buildings look amazing. I've got a video on that I'm going to upload hopefully tomorrow, but it might take a day or 2. I've got a guildie who has all of his buildings upgraded to level 5, and it just looks like he's living in a castle. I dig it. Up until then, everything's made of wood and looks kind of shanty. It takes 500 to upgrade to the next level. God, I really need to do this every day. Let's just get those workers in there. Ah, Herb gathering? No. Fine. I'd rather have someone that gathers twigs, but I'll take what I can get. Whoops. There's miners in there. I employ miners. This game has no child labor laws. Do you know how the rare species spawn rates work? I know that they are on timers, very much like the smugglers. Best time to catch a rare spawn is to know the locations and log out there when the server goes down for maintenance. And then when the server comes back up, log in immediately and look for it. That's your best bet, as far as I know. And then, once you've caught it, it starts the timer. And I don't know how long the timer is. For the smugglers, it's 4 hours. For rare spawns, it might be different. I never learned this stuff because we've got a guy in guild who's like an expert on rare spawns. So whenever I have questions, I just ask him where stuff is going to be and when. But yeah, that's like the gist of it. Unfortunately, I can't get too technical because that's outside of my area of expertise. You're gonna make me that bow today, aren't you? There, Emma, or whatever your name is. Not that I even have an archer. I couldn't use that bow, but it might sell for a decent amount. I'm not employing an alchemist. Those guys suck. That building barely gets used, because all that guy ever makes me is green enhancement stones. Might as well check the mail. It's nice that this place is a mailbox. I get that it doesn't have a soul pyre. I wish it did, but I get why it doesn't. That would seriously imbalance the game. Because then you could soul pyre anywhere. No matter where you are, you can just flee to your estate, sit down, rest until you're healed up, and then teleport back to where you left. It'd basically be a soul pyre you carry around in your pocket. For free. I like that you can mount up here now. That used to not be a thing. What, did they remove it again? Come on. There we go. Like, when I first got my estate, you couldn't mount up here, and then they added it like a week later. Because I'm lazy. I don't like to walk anywhere. Alright, estate material. Get in there, and then I'm almost done here. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to go farm goats tonight, or if I'm going to wait until tomorrow. Should do it tomorrow. By the way, everyone here, I feel like I should occasionally point out the donation goal up top to get me a microphone that makes me not sound like I'm screaming into a cup. I never expect donations, but I do like to point out that I'm happy to accept them occasionally. And I'm hoping it would be really cool if we reach that goal. Because that'll buy me a microphone that will make me sound better. I mean, there's no accounting for my voice. There's no fixing that. But the quality should improve of the actual audio. I'm going to go buy some lures and then think about whether or not I should try to sleep. It is super late. 1:30 in the morning. I envy you guys that still have the entire evening ahead of you to do stuff. This game really makes you feel like there are not enough hours in a day because there's just so much stuff to do. You've got your regionals, you've got your... You start with... I mean, I go in, I start with prestige quests after, you know, seed exchanges and estate stuff. And then I start, you know, then I pop an SXP scroll, and then I run around and I do regionals because I need skill points so I can finally start using Nightwind. Do my one dungeon. And then just start farming for stuff I need. The game has a lot of potential, you know, potential activities. A lot of them feel the same. It's a little monotonous, I do have to admit. But Soaring Deception promises to change that, so I'm already hooked, and if it's just going to get better, which obviously it is, then there's no reason to not be excited about that. Alright, I just need a mount merchant. Any mount merchant will do. There we go. Not super close to that telepost, but what the hell. While we teleport, since I have pointed out the... I want you guys to see why I'm doing this donation drive. So I put together a little word from my sponsor, which is me. So it's basically word from me. And it gives me a chance to go grab another drink. I'll be right back.
Hey, if you're tired of me sounding like I'm belching into a tin can, rest assured, so am I. You can do your ears and my channel a favor by leaving me a tip. All donations go towards this brand new microphone, certain to accurately capture the intricacies of my smooth and sultry voice. It'll be like lube for your ear holes. Type !tip into the stream chat to get the donation link. Or if you're watching this outside the stream, click the tip link in the description below. Oh yeah.
And I'm back, and I'm off center. Ugh. There we go. That's the downside to these narrow webcam frames. Because I'm constantly having to check to see where my head's at. Oh, it's one of my pet peeves is ending sentences with "at," and I just did it. No dessert for me. Where is the Mount Fender in Cars the Court? He's outside the west gate, isn't he? Loop for your ear holes. You like that? I was particularly proud of that line. Although, yeah, it probably... I've been watching all the new episodes of Rick and Morty, and that seems like, in retrospect, the kind of thing that they would say. Have you seen the new Rick and Morty episodes? They're awesome. There's only like 5 of them so far, but they have they signed a contract for 100 new episodes, so we've got 95 more to go. The quality's gotten a lot better too. Like the artwork in Rick and Morty has definitely taken a step up this season. The preferred content creator program has a minimum for how many subscribers you have to have before they accept you. And I don't know what that minimum is. I've just been told I didn't meet it yet. So I put in a new application now that I have more subscribers. And, you know, fingers crossed. I've been talking to Stormshade about it, and he said he was going to get back to me about it, so... I have a good feeling about it this time. Honestly, for a while there, I didn't know if I should buy two of these. I didn't know if I wanted to be, because my big thing is when you sign up for a program like that, my worry was that if you have complaints or issues, you're not allowed to say them anymore. You know, so when I applied for it, I made a point to put in that I only want this if I can still voice my opinion publicly, no matter what it is. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do. It's nice. It's nice to be recognized for that. I mean, I kind of fell into it. You know, I didn't set out to become a Bless Unleashed content creator, preferred or otherwise. I just you know, I cover a lot of different games, and then when Bless Unleashed came out, a couple of the first videos I did really hit it off. I was suddenly getting, instead of like 20 views for a video, I was suddenly getting like 4,000 and 5,000 views. So of course, I then focused on doing more Bliss Unleashed videos, and then I was getting videos with like 12,000 views. It's insane. Before I started playing Bliss Unleashed, my channel had 12 subscribers. 12. That's over 1,000% increase. That's like over 5,000% increase. I don't do math after the sun goes down. It's a huge increase from 12 subscribers to like 780, which is what I have now. So Bliss Unleashed and the Bliss Unleashed community is always going to have a special place in my heart because of what it's done for my channel. And you guys, my subscribers and my viewers, I'm often, I mean, in any of my videos that I put up, like when I did one when I had 100 subscribers, and I did another one, like a thank you when I had 500 subs, and I got to think of something to do when and if I hit 1,000. But I'm always, I never know what to say. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And, you know, that's in part to you guys. I mean, I wouldn't be here making all this content if I didn't have you guys, you know, cheering me on and actually watching the content. So thanks for that. That's very awesome. Why am I here? Mount Merchant. Okay, I bought my lures, and I'm gonna go ahead and teleport down to Tristeza. But I do believe I will stop there. Tristeza is south. Come on, you know where Tristeza is. Unless I do need to do a boss for. Let's do a regionals check real quick, just to make sure that there's nothing up that I need for prestige that I'm going to be mad I missed later. No destruction quest, no gathering quest, and I finished Karzakor. And I need to do another boss in Canis Mountains, but I'm not doing Bone Dragon. Bone Dragon can suck it. Not at this time of night. No way. I will see if Black Knight is up. This is what games like this are dangerous, man. When you're like, all right, I'm going to stop and go to bed, and then you go, oh, I'm just going to do one more quick thing. And then after you've done that, you're like, well, okay, I've already done that one thing. I've got time for that other, smaller, quicker thing. And like 6 hours later, you're like, oh my god, the sun's up. And I'm still doing just one more quick thing. It's a pitfall. I love that about games, though. I love games that have the potential to keep you up all night, and you didn't even realize you were up all night until you see the sun. I've heard that. I've heard that there's a threshold that you pass, and after that it kind of takes care of itself. I'd like to know where that threshold is. I was watching, I don't know if you know Nick Nimmin. He's got a channel on how to improve your YouTube content and how to get more subscribers and stuff like that. He's one of those guys, one of those channels. And he said that statistically, channels that do really well have a minimum of 460 videos on their channel. And I think I'm at like 180. So I've got a little ways to go, but I don't want to just start throwing up any old videos to reach that number. You know, that would be cheating, and also probably wouldn't work if they're not quality videos, because I'm just trying to like do puff pieces to fill the void. That wouldn't get me there either. Are you speaking from experience? Are you a content creator as well? A YouTuber? I don't know why I say content creator now. That's just kind of established itself. I like saying YouTuber. Black Knight's not here. He's that way. Let's not get lost. That is the way to Frost Giant. We don't want to go there. Oh, unless he's up. I mean, I won't look a gift field boss in the mouth. I'll take any of them right now. Frost Giant, at least I can solo if I run into him and no one's there. I'm not so sure about Black Knight. I mean, if my subscriber growth rate were to continue like it has been, I mean, it's slowed down a bit since the first month. In the first month, going from 12 people to like 400 and something people, that was insane. And then in the second month, going from 400 and something to 780. At this rate, if it keeps going like this, I'll hit the 1,000 next month. And if at some point it starts going even faster, which I mean, that would blow my mind. Absolutely. I'm still trying to get over the fact that I've got over 20 subscribers. You know. Well, that's that regional done. The soul fragments that the bosses drop, I feel like at this point they're just vendor fodder, you know? Most of them are useless. Like my priest is the priest I'm leveling. He's my crafter guy. He's going artisans, and all my recipes I get I send to him. And he's level 16. And the next robe that he could craft, it's a sea gear robe. The next thing that he could craft to upgrade his gear score a little bit is a sea gear robe that requires the two-headed wyvern soul fragment piece. I'm like, if by the time you get a two-headed wyvern soul fragment piece, you don't need that sea gear anymore. So that's like a balance issue that I hope they address at some point. You're a professional YouTube consumer. That is, I like that. Well put. I have heard of it. I've heard it called that too. The snowball effect. Around 10K, you most likely get an insane boost, dude. I'd be. If I ever make it to 10K, or when I make it to 10K, whatever, try being positive. You're going to make it to 10K. When I make it to 10K, God, I mean, you heard me you heard me a couple minutes ago. It would blow my mind to even reach 1,000, 10,000. I can't even conceive at this point. You know, that's big pond stuff. You've had consistent and regular updates, always great quality. Thanks, Mark. I really appreciate that. There's going to be, I'm expecting a new surge when Soaring Deception comes out, because people are going to be watching more content because there's new stuff, you know? Like at this point, I've pretty much covered most of the important stuff. I've got a video coming up, hopefully very soon, on rare animal spawns. But I have to do more research on that. And I gotta finish my series on bag piece chest locations. I've still got 4 maps left to go on that. And then I want to start doing guides on boss strategies and dungeon strategies. But most of that is information that most people have already. You know what I mean? English isn't your native... Dude, I wouldn't have known. I guessed that you're a native English speaker. Like, you speak, or at least type it very well for a for it being your second language. If you hadn't said that, I wouldn't have known it. Also, I believe your name is not telling the truth, because I have not seen one stupid comment yet. It looks like you've got a quota to fill. Alright. I'm about where I need to be for goats. 1 telepost over, actually. And that's where I'm going to log out, I think. I'm feeling a little bit of tiredness, and I feel like I have to capitalize on that before it goes away again. So I might actually get some sleep before the sun comes up today. Fingers crossed, you guys. I have restless leg syndrome, which is really fun when you're trying to sleep. And I ran out of beer, so I'm gonna go to sleep on my own tonight. On my own steam, I guess. Mineral water does not do the trick. But I did just switch from 3 liters of Coke a day to you know, just mineral water all day. And I miss the caffeine and the sugar, and I'm a little more tired now than I'm used to being. But I'm still not sleeping, which is weird. Trying to be more healthy. Just a couple of days ago I did a stream where at the end of it I ate an entire cheesecake. I yo-yo back and forth. That's what you do when you're trying to live healthier, right? I actually have, I did a YouTube video on this like a year ago. I came up with my own recipe for a casserole made of grilled cheese sandwiches and bacon. And it's like the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. I would eat that every day. And it takes real willpower to not go make that casserole every single day of my life. I'll link it sometime. It's on my, I have 2 YouTube channels. I have one where I do gamer stuff, and one where I just do like personal random stuff. Like if I come up with a cooking idea, or I eat something weird, or I talk about my health, or I make music. I don't know, that channel needs a little more work before I start linking it publicly. Right now it's just like a friends and family thing. I really enjoyed this stream. I thought I was gonna be bored to tears just punching unicorn after unicorn. And you guys have made this enjoyable, so thank you very, very much for hanging out with me. I had a blast. I appreciate you guys being here and being an awesome. You guys made this chat great. So thank you. And I'm gonna be doing this again tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming a lot more because I'm trying to raise that money for the new microphone. So you're gonna be seeing a whole lot more of me live, at least for a little while. And if it goes well, you know, that'll be my sign to stream more frequently. But I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna try to keep it balanced. I don't want to clutter my YouTube channel with too many live streams, because then you lose. I'm worried that you'll lose sight of the videos that I actually spent a lot of time editing on. Who knows? It's a learning experience for me as well. Thanks, Mark. Have a good one too. Good night, and probably see you tomorrow. Take care. Minion out.